Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Doing another tutorial, I guess, and this time we're going to be talking about clothing wrinkles and how to do that pretty easily, how to kind of cheat it, I guess, and how they can be used for different things, I guess. So today we're going to be talking, so first we're going to be talking about the main things you need to think about when you're drawing clothing wrinkles, and the main things I kind of put together are like the shoulders, the elbows, like the boobs. Not to be crass, that's just what I like. It's a thing, and like anything tucked in. So like we think about that, and I'm going to show you how each of those things factors into how to draw those wrinkles. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so as I do my drawings, I draw the blob first, as you can see. I'll just quickly do a little drawing. Imagine I have the blob sketched out. I'm going to actually go in and do the sketch. So I don't try to do too many details on my first sketch. And of course I do a weird sketching method, so like don't listen to me, but like in general, when it comes to drawing your first sketch and like the first little details, you think about these four things. So I'm gonna put these in the corner to think about. So for my character, this is from a webtoon again. I'll just draw her real quick so we can get onto the clothes. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the shoulders, I guess. So let's draw like the main part. Here's the color of her shirt. When it comes to shoulders, usually there's a little bunching going on there, so I like to do a little like you see a little bunching right there, and also when it comes to the lines in the actual fabric itself, there's usually like a seam there that I like to draw. I like to do some bunching there, and that adds some wrinkles and some bunching around. And since this character has boobs, again, not to be crass, you can think about that as well, and it's going to add wrinkles around the top and going underneath to kind of shape them. Not too, like, suctioned, like in some art styles where it'll be, like, literally just like this. No, it's, like, unless it's your art style, like, I don't care, I guess, but, yeah, and just, like, having a little, any of these elements up here, we're going to think about the cloth bunching around those. So I'm going to add a little bunches right here, and when you add little bunches like this, you see like the little bumps, right? Then you can draw some lines emanating out from there in the direction that the cloth is falling, which is downwards, of course, at least in this. You can always do like one or two up as well. Okay, and since her shirt is tucked in, we're going to add a few more little bunches down here, right? Little bunches right there. Okay. And we're going to add some lines emanating from there as well for some more wrinkles. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. And here's her skirt. I can do another tutorial on ruffles and skirts, because that's like a whole thing, but yeah, there's that. So when it comes to elbows, then it'll be bunched up around there, but elbows can be a little trickier when it comes to this character has rolled up sleeves. So you think about like when there's a sleeve that's rolled up, you think about how long the actual sleeve is versus like how short it'd be when it's rolled up, and think about all that fabric bunched up, right? So you'd kind of add more bunches than you usually would. And for a rolled up sleeve, there's always like a little folded over part, but then you got the bunches, and you do that, right? Okay. And when it comes to the bunches there, you can just kind of go along with the lines of the arm. And when it comes to the arm being folded up, you're going to go from the point of where it's folding, add a bunch, and kind of emanate from there, right? Because that's a tension point. So that's like a little, well, all these bunches are like all tension points, right? Like where the boobs are, like where the shoulders are, where it's being tucked into something. That's all going to be tension points. So that's why there's wrinkles emanating from those things, right? Yeah. So we have her other sleeve, her other arm. This is really messy, but you get the idea. Okay, so I'm gonna actually make her sleep a little lower there, and yeah. And here's actually a cute little trick I know too. When you have something that's moving forward a little bit in perspective, you can kind of cheat it by making the wrinkles go like kind of like the whole coil method and shit where you go like this, right? You can use the perspective of the way the arm is going or wherever the cloth is to make the wrinkles kind of go in that direction as well to give the illusion or to just show that it's going in that direction since the arm is like kind of going forward a little bit. You can do that. All right. So yeah, there's like the main guidelines for that. I'm going to go through and I'm going to quickly line art this. So bear with me for one moment. Yeah, I'm not making this neat at all. I'm just kind of doing a little messy line art right now. Because the line art's not the focus of this one. Should also do a video on line art sometime. That can be fun. There's little methods that I use for it, but yeah, again, right now I'm not doing anything with that, so pay no attention to that. Okay, so when you're lining, you're going to go in and, of course, see where the tension points are, go from there, and emanate out. And do the seam right on the shoulder. And that's a pay no attention. This isn't going to be incredibly correct because I'm doing this very messily right now. But, yeah, so we have that. And the bunches underneath the boobs. Because there'll be cloth hanging out from there. And the tension points tucking into the skirt. Because the fabric is being, like, physically pulled into it, you know? Alright. And we're going to do the same thing. And, yeah, let's see. So we can... Again, just going along with the direction that the fabric is, going along with the perspective, if there's any kind of perspective going on. Ignore how messy this is. You get the idea. Get our tension points there. Alright. See? This is very messy, but you understand, right? And usually when I do line art with wrinkles, I'll go in and into the corners, I'll make the line art a little thicker and a little juicier so that it, like, really kind of pops. And kind of adds its own little bit of shading to itself. And that can really add some dimension to it. Excuse me. But yeah, so that's the basics, and now we're going to talk a little bit about how to use it to your advantage. As I was saying, with perspective, you can kind of cheat perspective with clothing wrinkles. Yeah, so one second, let me bring up another drawing that I was working on. So we have this. Say we have her arm going back is the thing, right? Okay, I'm actually going to add another blob right here. The arm is going back, let's say. Pretend this makes sense. Right, so you get your arm there. And with the perspective, you can just go in and, with the clothing wrinkles, actually, go in the direction of the perspective then. They're saying there's the bunching and the tension points. You can just go along with the perspective. And it's a cheat. See? And of course, do your usual perspective there. Do a little, like, folding shit, a little action. Pretend this makes sense. But, because the anatomy is not the point of the video. But yeah, you know what I mean. The perspective, you can really force it with wrinkles, which I think is pretty pog. Yeah, and so also you can do that with forward perspective as well. Let's just like take her arm away. Um, say there's perspective going forward. Really messy blob, but you know what I mean. Okay. So you can always go with the perspective with the wrinkles. So like upwards, 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 and really force it then. You see? If that makes any sense, I hope. But yeah, you can really use it to your advantage. It's a messy hand, but you know what I mean. And also, if you want motion as well, you can have the clothes be going into the source of the motion, I guess. So if she's kind of moving this way, I have her hair kind of lying this way, you can kind of go in the direction of that, have the clothes kind of going in the direction of that, and have the wrinkles also follow that direction in order to give it a little more motion, move her tie a little bit. But yeah, there you have it. There's some quick tips on wrinkles. I hope that that's kind of helpful. This is a very messy and scuffed video, but I hope it helps someone because wrinkles can be kind of annoying. But yeah, it's just some tips to help you along your way. So yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, I guess. I'll come out with more videos in the future. Comment if you have any tutorial suggestions or suggestions in general, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.